Hello and welcome to another episode of the MSK Active podcast. I am Nick, podiatrist and director. We're joined by Dr. Charlotte Dando, podiatrist, and David Rigg, sports rehabilitator, and we're all part of the MSK Active team. So this short topic for this month is going to be a bit of reflection about the Lunch Club. And the Lunch Club is a interactive CPD resource for fellow clinicians. And we ran our first event on the 28th of February on everything around about plantar plate injuries. So if we just rewind slightly and go over, okay, why did we set this up? So the reason why was we all three of us get asked on a regular basis on tips and tricks on managing certain pathologies, education around about certain conditions. And we suddenly thought, okay, let's now try and use technology to try and make something that is bite-sized, that can be done in your lunch hour, and you don't also have to watch it live. You can catch it on demand, as it were. So you haven't got to worry about booking a whole day at your clinic or anything on those lines. You can just do it in short snippets. So that was why we created Dave. Now go through the back end side of things. And
yeah, it's the technology. With the pandemic, we've seen a lot of people putting presentations up, really good, but it's a presentation, it's a PowerPoint presentation, it's very static. We wanted to make this really practical so that it can be taken, you can see where the hand positions are, you can see what's going on, and that meant a mobile camera and some different software, which was a bit of an issue to get going, and we hope that that's working. And also the microphones, as we're moving around and as we do the other topics, if someone moves, does the sound fade in and out? So we had to get some remote microphones. So it was a bit about the hardware and the software to be able to provide the close-in shots that we hoped were going to be really hopeful, different and useful.
Yeah, and it all meant that we had to do slightly different roles. Well, I didn't, because on the day I was the one going through physically delivering the talk, as it were. But Dave, you can now add cameraman to your CV.
Yep.
And Charlie can add demo patient to her CV.
Foot model.
There we go. That's much better. And if you're listening and anyone you know, Charlie is ask her to write a paper, loves it. Ask her to do something on video, a little uncomfortable. Ask her to do something live on video, and she really doesn't like it at all. So yeah, massive thank you for coming along. That look you were now giving me.
I know, and now you're making it happen all over again.
All over again. Because we are going to be running multiple lunch clubs. It's going to be running the last Friday of every month. And we're going to then keep on doing these, because so far the feedback has been really, really positive. But that leads us on to our next is, okay, Charlie, so what's the so what factor around all of this?
Yeah, so I guess for us, we've looked at the theory around, actually, we've got lots of information that we can synthesize in a world where accessing the internet and journals is fabulous. But there's this bit now where we're starting to think about, well, how do we piece that together in a clinical sense? And then how do we apply that to our patient cases? And I guess the formula that we've created in terms of the layout of the session, so it's usually a bit of information giving, using evidence-informed practice through a presentation. We'll then walk you through maybe some of our thoughts and our clinical assessments and how we conduct those tests and the ideas and theories that we're using to underpin our decision making. And then we also talk about how we would apply this to an intervention. So how are we going to get our patient better or get them back to achieving their goal that they started with?
So this has been really developed for you. So what we need from you is feedback on what topics are you going to, are there any certain conditions or joint areas or anything that you think you could do with just improving that your knowledge and scope around a certain area, and then we can map that in to all of the future lunch clubs that we have. So short and sweet, I think that sums up everything that we want to reflect about and talk about. So please, if you've got any suggestions or comments, pop them in the comments. Please do subscribe to the podcast, or if you want to, just ping us a message on Instagram or drop us an email. And thank you very much for listening, and we shall see you on the next episode. See you later. Bye.